Alrighty, hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy here for another video that's kind of more on a serious note, and this doesn't really have much to do with voiceover. It has a lot to do with the channel and some of the things that have happened and some of the video content. So not that long ago, I did a video saying that there wasn't going to be a lot of microphone reviews, and there was kind of some information that was left out, and so I wanted to add to that, do a second video and go in depth. But this one's going to be more kind of a warning video, kind of a do's and don'ts and what to expect if doing microphone reviews. So there are a lot of companies out there that are wanting microphone reviews or reviews in general, just product reviews, and they want you to, post a positive review on Amazon. Now, normally I don't post any kind of positive review unless I've reviewed the product. And there have been actually tons of microphone reviews that I've done that I've left negative comments on. And then there's some products that have been sent to me and I tested them and they were not only not worth my time, not worth me doing a video on, they were terrible, and I knew it was something that you guys wouldn't be interested in. So I've actually just sent them back. There's been tons of microphones like that I don't even know the name of the company. I couldn't even tell you. So that's kind of a little behind the scenes kind of thing of stuff that I just don't talk about. The microphone reviews that I've tried to do, at least in the past 2 years, have been more the microphones I'm like, it's either something that I really want to warn you guys of, that I know is something that people are commonly buying, or it's something that I think actually is a good product and something that I actually do want to share with you guys. And so I had been taking on more and more of the product review emails that have been sent to me. It's like, hey, would you mind reviewing our product? But here's some things to expect. If you are going to be doing reviews, and this goes for everything, I've had tons of companies, ask me to review stuff. I don't review, car products, motorcycle products. I'm like, did you even watch my channel? Do you even know who I am? So that's the first thing is if you're doing a YouTube channel or you're doing some kind of blog or something where you're doing reviews and you're posting affiliate links and stuff like that, which is a totally fine practice, totally fine business practice, because we need someone to actually review this stuff. But you have to be honest. If you're getting these kinds of emails and it's like, hey, we've seen your channel, or we've seen your content or whatever, and they're really, really vague, and as you read it, you can tell that they didn't watch any of your stuff. Like when people say, it's like, hey, we love your content and we think our product would be perfect to be on your channel. And then they send me, a link for like a hair product or something like that. And I'm like, no. I mean, obviously no. Number one, you didn't do the research. You didn't watch any of my content. And number two, I don't care. That's that simple. So be very careful with stuff like that. There's going to be lots of companies that are going to say that kind of stuff. And it's basically just a copy and pasted email that they send to everyone. But a lot of the microphones that I've actually reviewed have been people that they've actually said more than just like the cookie cutter copy and paste kind of stuff. They're like, we like this microphone video that you did. We like the style. We like, your comedy. They give a little bit more detail. And then they actually have, a product that is worth reviewing. But another thing to be wary of is almost all of these companies, unless you get to a certain subscriber base. Once you get to a certain subscriber base, that bigger companies identify your channel as something that's worth the investment, what they'll probably do for the most part is ask you to buy the product and then review it and then leave them a 5-star review, and then they will refund you through PayPal after they've approved your review and your review video. That is most of the companies out there, especially the smaller companies that do business via Amazon. And yes, it is a shady practice. It is a very shady kind of thing to do. And I've gotten caught up in that a couple times. A lot of the times I've had to tell them, hey, I'm not buying the product. I'm not spending my money. If you want me to review it, send it to me. And what will often happen is they'll go, okay, well, never mind. And then they'll just not send me anything, not do anything like that. But every now and then, when I've said, I don't want to buy your product, send it to me, or whatever, sometimes they will actually send me the money to buy the product, which is good, which is fine, which is fair. Sometimes, every now and then there'll be a company that'll send half, and then they'll send the other half later. I'm more okay with that because that at least shows that they trust me. That at least shows that there's a little bit more of an investment between us, and rather than just they really need that 5-star review. There's a little bit more faith there. It seems more legit, and I'm just more comfortable with that. And I would suggest being more comfortable, with that kind of stuff as well. There was one company, one product, only one time. This only happened one time out of the, 30, 40 products that I've reviewed. There was one company that they sent me the product. I gave them an honest review of the product. I gave an honest star rating and an honest texted out, review on Amazon. And they refused to send me the refund after the fact. They said without the 5-star review, we're not, without a really good, video, without, 5-star review, we're not sending you any money. And so, obviously I returned the product. I identified it as, broken, because, by my opinion, it was. And then I just, deleted the video. And they kept emailing me, asking me to reconsider. And I was like, no. So every now and then I have shut, and I don't remember the company. It's like a year and a half ago. So I don't remember the company, and I don't remember the product. I know it was a microphone, and I know that it was trash. It was okay for its price, but it was not worth posting out there. It was not worth doing voiceovers, not worth doing videos and stuff like that. So every now and then I've done stuff like that, and I just don't talk about things like that. And I know that there's a huge stigma towards anyone who does reviews. There's this idea that anyone who does review videos or does review products or gets a product for free is basically selling out. And that's really not fair to the people who are legitimately bringing you content, especially on a regular basis. And I know a lot of these people that do reviews like that, and they're putting themselves out there. They're spending their entire time reviewing, a product as in depth as they can, doing as technical of a review as they can, and then editing down what's essentially hours of video, narrowing it down to a bite-sized chunk, then posting that out there, and that being the only, the only content that they create. And then the idea, that people are like, you're selling out, is just absurd. It's absurd, and it's very rude. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't some truth to that. I do know some channels, not personally, but I do know some people that will do any kind of review, and will say anything just to keep the reviews and the content flowing. And that's a little bit more shady, but yeah, know that that's out there. Well, so another one of the warnings would be, if you're thinking of doing reviews, know that people are probably going to look down on you in some way, at some point, in some way. It's not going to be everyone. Most people don't care, but you're going to get those people that think you're just selling out. Despite how hard you may be working, some people may think that you're selling out. So there's, issues with the money, there's refunds, and, getting products that you don't like reviewing. That's part of it. That's part of it. It's not entirely that fun. Every now and then I've been pleasantly surprised. Like I've said, the ISK company, the ISK brand of microphones, they just sent me those. And when all I did is I emailed them because I found them online. I was like, hey, I do this, this is my channel. I do reviews. I was just wondering what microphone, you think would be best for voiceover. Just wondering if you had a product like that. And then they essentially sent me 3 microphones. Those are the kind of companies I love doing reviews for. Those are the kind of companies and products that I enjoy doing stuff for, because I didn't know about ISK. I didn't know about them. I didn't know about these microphones. I didn't know the microphones that they had. And it gave me an opportunity to share that with people. And hopefully more and more people became familiar with their product and their company, especially if it's run by, really generous and legit, business owners that see an investment like that and really want to branch out to a community. I'm totally fine doing review videos for those kinds of people. And I still have those microphones, and I enjoy those microphones. So it's a hit and a miss. Sometimes you got to slough through some trash. Sometimes you get some gems, and you're like, I'm glad I made that video. I'm glad I shared that with people. Now, as far as am I going to be doing any more mic reviews? Yes, I am going to be doing more mic reviews, just not that many. Not that many. I think I'm up to, I don't remember how many videos it was. I don't remember. I have no clue. But I've done a lot of microphone reviews that cover a lot of different topics and a lot of different price ranges. So it's fine if I slow down on that kind of stuff. It's totally fine if I kind of like pump the brakes on that kind of thing. If there is a company that wants to work with me and they send me the product, then okay, totally fine. But as far as the shady, requesting the Amazon, review kind of thing, probably not. Probably not. There's a couple of people that pointed out that on one of my probably my last mic review video, I think it was for like the lavalier system, that they went to the link and they saw that I had left a 5-star review despite the fact that I had not really praised the microphone in the video. And that's a fair criticism. That's a fair comment to make. Now, technically I had posted that 5-star review, and I shouldn't have, but I posted that 5-star review before I even technically reviewed the product in full. And the reason for that was I had just received the microphone. I hadn't had a time to, unpack it and test it and do all this kind of stuff, and I did not have time to do the video yet. But the company was, like requesting the review, the Amazon review as soon as possible. And so I just kind of like, I examined it by vision, and I kind of like left a quick review that I fully intended on, changing the review afterwards. And I've done that before. I've actually, left, 5 or 4 stars, and then I've like brought it down or changed it later on. There's a couple of the microphone review videos that I've done where, I have the link, and I've done that before. Not normally because I left the text typed 5-star review too soon, before I'd even reviewed it, but more, some of them I was like, I think I liked it more than it actually was worth. I think I just liked the product more than the review, more than the stars it should actually deserve, that kind of thing. So I've done that before. And this was one of those cases where I'm going to be changing the review later on. But in all honesty, really the only problem there was with that microphone was the fact that it had the dropout issue. Everything else about it was great. Everything else about the microphone, from what I reviewed, was fine, was great. For the price, it was a legit and good product. And the only issue that I had was if the sound level peaked or was too high for the capsule or whatever it was. Really seemed like there was a built-in limiter kind of issue. Other than that, everything else was fine. It was packaged well. It, used a common kind of battery. It didn't seem to have any interference. Yes, I didn't try it at full distance. I only tried it at like maximum of 6 feet. It sounded good on the iPhone. It sounded good in the mixer. Really the only issue was the dropout. And after doing my video, and I went and I watched a couple other people's reviews and was reading through comments and reading through posts to see if that dropout, that popping issue, that limiter issue was something that was just with my system. And it really seemed like it was. I didn't see really anything else about that problem. So, you know, my experience may not truly be a best example of the product. Maybe I got it from the wrong warehouse. Maybe they shipped in, you know, the 1 out of 1,000 that was going to have that issue. Maybe I personally did something to it before I even did the review. Maybe I, you know, had phantom power going through it and I shouldn't have and didn't notice. Maybe something like that. I don't think that that fully reflected on the product itself. But yes, that's a fair criticism. And there's stuff like that. There's stuff like that when it comes to doing product reviews. Yes, you can make a little bit extra cash to help keep a channel alive, but ultimately, unless you're of a certain subscriber or viewer base, it's really not that worth it. And there's a lot more headaches and trouble that come along with it. Really, like I've said before, the only thing that I really enjoy is knowing that I could be providing much needed insight to people who are looking for it, especially when it comes to like the right microphone for them to buy for their starting studio. That's why I do it. So yeah, don't expect a lot of review videos and just don't expect a lot of review videos. Basically, that's it. And that's kind of more information as to what was going on behind and what to expect in review videos and kind of like what people go through when they do review videos, unless they're being sent the product from the company, you know, and it's a bigger name company. That's a completely different story. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and leave down in the comment section below if you have any comments whatsoever. Totally free. Freestyle that shit down there. So until next time, peace.